Hello, friends, and welcome to another figure study where we appreciate the form in Transformers. And we're getting a little lupine up in here. We've got Wolfwire, Titans Return, Wolfwire, Weird Wolf. It's whatever. They call him Wolfwire, but yeah, even I know he's based off of Weird Wolf. So yeah, surprise, surprise. Another figure that I have no sentimental attachment to. I'm sorry. I promise I will get to them. But I have to say, even without the sentimental attachment, he is pretty freaking cool. I'm actually a big fan of this wolf mode. I think it's neat. I think it's decently posable. I kind of wish it was a little bit more posable, but I do just like the look of it. You know, the proportions are definitely wolf. It's got the, bendy wolf-looking legs. Yeah, it's a good-looking wolf. Color-wise, I'll get into the details in a second. I'm just going to start with the color. Color-wise, I think it's broken up pretty nicely. How you've got this trail of gray, gets broken up by the yellow and the blue, and then kind of ends with the head there. A tiny bit of red in there, which is fine. Mostly the tail, and then you get a teeny tiny bit of it in the face, and then the cockpit. And then, of course, you've got the yellow and blue combo all along the rest of the body and the legs. It's like a dark turquoise almost. But I actually like the color combination there. I mean, yellow and blue make, they're complementary colors, and I think here they're complementing each other pretty nicely. And yeah, I dig the look. I like the, I know it's not quite right, but I like the fact that he's got the larger front paws, front arms, whatever you want to call them. And of course, the head with the disturbingly blood red semi-translucent teeth in there, which is a nice little detail. And of course, being a Titans Return figure, he is covered in really interesting and cool textural molding. Just all over the place. Got the missile racks and the shoulders, all these nice little vent details and other line work all along here. The silver claws that have that weird kind of scrapey brushed look that is just a thing that a lot of people weren't sure is intentional and is totally intentional. I think everyone's kind of talked about that by now. And yeah, I will never stop loving the amount of textural molded detail work that they put into these Titans Return figures. Even on the tail, it looks pretty good. The only thing that bugs me about this is you've got the tail that tapers back nicely and then it just abruptly cuts up like that. Doesn't quite look right to me. But other than that, looks good. Even a little bit of silver there. It's hard to differentiate that as silver when it's so close in tone to the gray there, but overall, looks good. Yeah, he's a good looking wolf. It is a bit weird, no pun intended, how you've got this yellow that matches the yellow elsewhere, except on his chest. For whatever reason, that chest is slightly, well, the chest and the pelvis, but you can't really see the pelvis in wolf form, but it's like a slightly dark yellow, and I don't understand why. Anyway, let's get the Titan Master out, if we can. My completely ineffective nails. Come on. Come on. Come on. You really gonna make me do this? Come on. There we go. Just had to break his spine. Okay. And close that partially back up. He goes. And here we have Wolfwire's, Weird Wolf's little Titan Master. And again, there's there's no love. No love for the individual little Titan Master. Like, the molding is fine. Nice, even. But no paint whatsoever. It's all just in the upside down face, which we will get to in more detail later. But yeah, it's a little disappointing, but at least he's not one solid color, I guess. So, could be worse. Yeah, stand. But I mean, you know, he's a Titan Master, so really, I think everyone's going to be paying more attention. I think everyone's going to be paying more attention to the wolf mode than the little guy piloting the wolf. And the wolf mode itself is very cool. I definitely dig it. Alright, so that's wolf mode. On to robot mode. Right, so in an odd sort of flip-flop from Mindwipe, I'm honestly less enamored with Wolfwire's robot mode than I am with his wolf mode. I mean, it's not exactly the same as Mindwipe, because I think both modes with Wolfwire are perfectly fine, strong even, but I feel like the robot mode is not quite as cool as the wolf mode. But again, remember, I don't have the whole nostalgia thing to pull from. I do think he looks great. I mean, you've got that yellow and blue combination, which is really awesome. You've got a nice kind of mix-up with some silver and some gray in a few places, which just help to break things up. And there's more color variation to him than there was with Mindwipe, which I think is nice. So yeah, he looks good. Again, it's sort of noticeable how the yellows in some places are a little darker than in others, which I don't quite understand why that is, but it's, you know, it is what it is. I also think it's interesting that both Wolfwire and Mindwipe have animal butt sections that become weapons. A little weird. Makes more sense in Wolfwire's case, though. So, there's that. Now, taking a look at this head, I think molding-wise, the head looks good, but it bugs me that the face and the visor are, like, they're the same shade of red. I mean, there may be a difference, but I can't see it. It's just, I don't know. I kind of wish they had done a little bit of a color difference. Like, even if there's just like a slight, maybe more obvious if it's there, shading difference between the two. Because really, it's like white and then big old splotch of red for everything else. Which is, I don't know. I wish they had done that a little differently. But the rest of the details look good. And most of this is stuff that you could see in wolf mode too. Although this was on the underside, so the chest, which does look nice, didn't really stand out immediately. The wolf thighs become the shins, but I think they work well there. Right down to these little knee guards. And the feet are a little bit different. And I've seen people that will like do custom, not custom, but they'll fan mode it where they'll like leave the feet as wolf paws, which fine. I just prefer to do the other way around because I feel like it sort of differentiates him even more as a robot. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because there's like not a whole lot of new detail here, except for maybe in the thighs right here, because that's normally covered up by these bits. So yeah, there's not a ton of new detail, but I think the proportions change up nicely. I do like the fact that the torso compacts into itself. It's like if I pull this down, you can kind of see that some of the wolf torso actually gets pressed in there. And it's interesting, they even molded a little bit on the underside here that you don't see this in wolf mode. And you don't see it in robot mode. You're only going to see it if you pull that window down, or that door down. Heck, even the inside here is a little bit of molding to it, so hey. They went a little nuts with the molding, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. And then, overall proportion-wise, He's got the giant shoulders, but I kind of have a weak spot for giant shoulders, so I think it looks cool. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly of all the Titan Master Decepticons I have, which isn't many, but of all the ones I have, I definitely think Wolfwire is my favorite. I mean, yeah, I only have the 3 animal ones, but I definitely think he wins. He's cool. I am all about him. And yeah, I think he's neat. The sword looks neat. The robot looks neat. It's a shame that his articulation is a little bit hindered in robot mode because of the giant shoulders, but he's still pretty cool. Really, my only complaint is, like I said, the face. I wish that there's a little bit more color differential to it. Tuck that back up a little bit more. I think that, you know, if the visor stuck out a little bit more, it would have been nice. But it could be a G1 toy thing. I don't know. Like I've said, I don't have the experience with the G1 toy to know how accurate that is. But you know, because I don't have that, I can complain about that. So yeah, that's annoying. Other than that, though, it's fine. Yeah. Don't know what else to say other than that. I do think Wolfwire is, or Weird Wolf, whatever you want to call him, I do think he's very cool. And it's weird being more interested in an alt mode than the robot mode for me, but I just think his alt mode is really cool. Wish it was a little bit more posable, but that's neither here nor there. Overall, though, Wolfwire, very cool looking guy in either mode. So, yeah, if you're thinking about it, he's cool. He looks cool, he is cool. Anyway, that has been my look at Titan's Return Wolfwire. Or Weird Wolf. Whatever. The mustard guy. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any combination of those 3 will make me a happy Rob. And remember, art is more than meets the eye.